Heroic UniGiant. North of here, access the plain past the great stone bridge and the lands guarded by the spirit Lanayru. You shall find one who you seek. Navi? Oh wait, wrong game again. Hey look, the kids just happened to notice us teleporting here. That was convenient. UniGiant. Colin, you're okay! Even though you weren't really injured when you were kidnapped. Ilia. You've got to save Ilia. Those monsters left me with the other kids, but they must have taken her somewhere else. Whenever I thought I couldn't go on, I would think of you and Ilia and hold on, Giant. You have to love the camera placement here. You can see Link looking up at Colin. See? I'm fine now. It's just perfect. Remember what I told you back in Ordon, Giant? So you don't have to worry about me anymore. Go help Ilia! Can do, kiddo. Leave the children to me. I will watch over them. I swear it. Do not let their fates trouble you. Go to those who need you. In Hyrule, countless tales are told of an ancient hero, and your deeds bring them all to mind. May the graces of the great goddesses who shaped Hyrule bear you on your way. Never thought we'd see that. Even the kids are bowing to us. For goodness sake! We're a goat herder. We're not a god. But we have saved the kids, we have lifted half the world from Twilight, and there are quite a few things for us to do back in Kakariko Village. So, you know what, I might as well say this right now. If you're expecting me to go straight to the next dungeon from here, think again. I promised I'd do as much as I possibly can before we can move on. And there's quite a bit we can do before we get to the next dungeon. First, though, let's head into the bomb shop. Remember the bomb storage we blew up when we were a wolf? There weren't any bombs here before then. Well, let's see how you're doing, Barnes. Hey now, bud. How about this now? Yep, I finally managed to get my numbers together and open up the shop again. Well, sort of. I guess I've only got one type of bomb. But hey, that's one more than none, right? If only my storehouse had survived. But hey, ain't it all bad as that. Add a few more types as we go. But for now, he's only got regular bombs. But we don't have a bomb bag to carry them, so he's going to, guess what, bundle us up a special premium kit for 120 rupees. So that comes with the bombs, and I think the bomb bag itself is 100 rupees. Whatever, take it, because this is the only place you're getting bombs. Bomb arrows. That is an interesting mechanic I will explain, although he'll send us a letter about it. So now we can blow stuff up! Had to scream that, totally. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even though who knows what day is when. Also, funny thing, if you're in here and you take out your lantern, you might notice the sign here that says, Flammable Lantern Strictly Prohibited. Yep. Love it. Just love it. But in addition to equipping the arrows, you can actually combine them to form a bomb arrow. I won't do that quite yet because I have a use for arrows before we move on. But just know that you can do that, and it's fairly important in this game. But that's part of the reason why the bow and arrow is so overpowered, especially fairly early on in the game right now. You can actually use the... You can combine the bombs and arrows to form an exploding projectile. It has to be the strongest weapon in the game, aside from one thing that isn't nearly as useful. And the Gorons are over here. Guess what these guys are here to do? They're so ashamed they're here to help the humans out. And since we're a human, he'll help launch us up to the top of this little place here. and we'll take him up on his offer, have him launch us up to this level, and we'll climb up the ladder to get all the way to the very top of Kakariko. See if we can circle the camera. Camera? Can't move the camera at all. Only can do this, which doesn't help much. And we'll find Talos up here. Giant! Check it out! I'm up here guarding the whole town! Yeah, any monsters try to attack and I'm gonna be ready. I'll shout my head off and warn everybody. Good for you. You put that annoyingly loud voice to good use. I'm proud of you, Talo. Oh, gee, but if I had a bow, then I could just sit up here and shoot all those nasty monsters. Yeah, I totally wish I had a bow. Can't you just give me your slingshot? I mean, can you show me how to use the bow? I mean, can't I just give you my slingshot? I'll never use it again. So Talo's going to send us down to Mallow, who's at the spring, and we get to practice with the bow and arrow. You came, but can you really use a bow? I've never seen you so much as hold a bow back at Ordon. Then again, I didn't see you hold a slingshot or a sword when I told you guys to practice with them either. And you were pretty good with those. So I really have no reason to doubt you. But I still do, because I'm a pessimistic prick. Whatever. First off, shoot through that. Because it's so difficult to see that target. Hey, see that target? See how hard it is to hit? I guess that one was a bit on the easy side. Fine, how about that? It's not that much farther away, and I don't see you having problems hitting it either, but I just figured I'd bother you with it. And now, guess what? Talo wants us to shoot a stick on the roof of the very top place you can see. Now, this is a tall order considering the fact with the resolution of the GameCube, I'd venture a guess to say that's half a pixel wide. I don't know how they expect you to hit this without losing like a ton of arrows. But eventually you do hit it. Oh, I guess you have a little bit of skill when you concentrate. Looks like you've left some battles behind you. Impressive. I'm only 6 years old, right? Take this. And he gives us a piece of heart, but more importantly, he'll allow us access to another item in his shop. At least I believe you won't have access to it until after you do that. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you need it. Yep, there it is. Hey, Giant. Buy something. 100 rupees for the Hawkeye. This is another thing you can use in combination with your bow and arrow. Also very helpful. It essentially turns your bow and arrow into a sniper rifle. I don't know how else to describe it. Time is money. If you're not going to shop, quit wasting both. You prick. Hey! Considering what you're selling, Mallow, I'd venture to guess and say that I'm the only one that's giving you business. Whatever. There are a couple of things we have to do at the very entrance here before we leave. First, place the bomb, have it explode the rock over there. But before we go in there, let's combine the bow and arrow so we can use our bomb arrows and shoot at that rock, which will reveal a piece of heart for us, but we can't get it down. It's a shame that we don't have something like the Gale Boomerang, which we can use to lock onto the piece of heart and bring it to us. Yep, it's a darn shame. 10th heart piece. 7th heart container? Holy crap, that's a lot of hearts. And I believe now that we have access to this area, we should be able to get the chest down here. I don't know if we need the next type of bomb for this or not. I've never gone up here before having it anyway. I'm pretty sure there's a chest down here. Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's get the iron boots on and head on down. Yep, there's the chest. There's also a big rock over there that I'm pretty sure we can blow up. And this should be another heart piece. Yep, number 11. How about that? So now that we have all that done, I think you can get a 50 rupee or something in the rock down there. The bombs we have do not work underwater. But we will eventually get an upgrade that allows us to blow things up underwater. So you will be able to blow that up eventually, but not right now. Let's get off bomb arrows while we're at it, because we're going to be on Hyrule Field for a while. That about does it for everything we have to do down here in Kakariko, though. So let's head on out of here. Area's still gated off, but we can thankfully get out of there with Epona. And now we actually have free reign out here in the section of Hyrule Field that we haven't had a chance to explore yet. This is the place that we fought with King Baldwin. Hey! Let me guess, you have a letter from Barnes telling us how to make bomb arrows, right? 2. Well, I guess we have to read them both. So let's see what we got here. Kakariko goods. I already bought it. And how to use bomb arrows. Okay, so this one was from Mallow, I guess. Although he's not necessarily calling it Mallow Mart yet. Now, I'd like to see if Epona runs away and if I drop a bomb close to her. Does she? Nah, she just whinnies. Okay. Well, it's nice to know if she doesn't appreciate that, but I would have preferred to see if she'd actually run out of the way. Now, I've never tried to get this before having a certain item either, but I believe you can get it at this point right now, since we already have the bombs. It's also a really clever treasure here. You never think to explore... I mean, you think the cliffs up here outside the entrance to Kakariko, you wouldn't have a need to explore them, because it's just scenery, right? That's what I love about this game. Just... even the little things here that you wouldn't expect, there's stuff to do. So yeah, these, I used to think that you needed something to latch onto them, but it turns out you can just jump over to them. So as long as you have bomb arrows, you're fine. So let's look a little bit down. Make sure we're not jumping in the wrong place here. See that treasure chest over there? That's what we're gunning for. We went all the way around, so we could pick up yet another piece of heart. So much stuff is open to us right now. And I want to make sure I'm not jumping off the cliff. Fairly easy to do that here too, but yeah, you'd think this is just scenery, right? But we climbed all the way across there for a heart piece, so there you go. Now before we head too far off, I want to get the bugs that are out here. Remember the golden bugs that I'm being a pain in the ass about finding? Yeah, there are 2 of them out here, and these are this game's incarnation of the levers. I'm looking for those 2 bugs. Gargarox. You know what, I have arrows for you. Get on the horse link. Come on, stay in one place so I can shoot you. You're not helping me find the bugs. These bugs are really difficult to get, just because of all the enemies around here. You are not being very helpful. Okay, getting used to riding the horse is a little bit more tricky than I remember. Okay, so when they die, I get their drops? That's interesting. Come on, buggies, where are you? Buggies. More paying attention to the noises you hear as you're walking around? In the water? On the grass? I apologize if I'm being a little too quiet, but I'm trying to listen for the bugs. Difficult to do when you're talking. I'm hoping I can see the shimmer in the grass, but just may not be able to find it without actually listening for it. It's the easiest way to find the bugs. Listen for them. Pretty sure one of them is down here. Actually, it's up here. My mistake. This huge expanse of land. I mean, yeah, see it right there. Don't want to scare it, though. So let's see if we can get up close to it. Walk nice and slow. There we go. Just before the lever hit us, it's the female grasshopper. Okay, Epona, let's get going. I know you don't want to be here longer than you have to. I don't either. I think I was looking on the wrong side of the Kakariko village exit. It was on the right side rather than the left. I knew it was near the gate, I just didn't know which side it was. can't exactly circle around with the camera like I did in Wind Waker, though. You do have to pay attention. Did I see it here? Or was that just the lever popping up? Oh, there it is. Okay, Pona, let's go. Come on. Hey, come back here, Grasshopper. There you are. So now we can get going. Running out of arrows, too. Should keep an eye on my arrow count. Actually, while I'm over here, let me pull out the Gale Boomerang, because we're going to be using it. Hey, buddy. Don't get close. I will kill you. Yeah, you see the Twilight over there? We're not going there. Nope. Okay. I hear the golden bug here, too. But this actually counts as a different area. I believe this is, what is this bridge? Bridge of Elden? I should know. It was in Brawl, for goodness sake. Let's bring that thing down to us, and... the male Phasmid. Interesting name for a bug, I know. Now, when we come across this bridge, be aware, this is a point of no return. You cross this bridge, you ain't going back anytime soon. Actually, let's make sure we can break these. I always like breaking these with the bomb arrow on the horse, just because it's more badass that way. But you don't have to. You can just drop a regular bomb there if you want to get off the horse. But that's why this is the point of no return. With Kakariko Gorge, we couldn't see them take the bridge. Here, they just take us into the cutscene where they take the bridge. And of course, they drop 3 Shadow Beasts. You don't have to deal with them now. I like to, just for the sake of getting them out of the way. And you will eventually... You know what? I'm not sure if it's required for you to do this or not. If you actually have to make the warp point here. I think you could go through the entire game without having this warp point, but there isn't a need... there isn't a point to it. Okay, so you guys I already hit with the spin attack. See if I can get both of you here again. There we go. So instead of having the charge up B attack with the wolf, spin attack for the human form. I believe you could also do it from the horse. I don't know if they can knock you off or not, actually. Probably should have done it from the horse. Nighttime music. Didn't have sun-setting music in Ocarina of Time. It was always just dawn and only dawn. Where is that bug? There was a bug up here somewhere. It's a lot easier to spot at nighttime, so I suppose it's a good thing that the sun did set. See it over there. I don't think the Gale Boomerang can go that far. Yes, I will blow up that rock. Hold your horses. You're up there, aren't you? Yep. And since we already found the first Plasmid, I can only imagine this is the second one. Standing right on top of it. Yep, female Plasmid. So let's blow up that rock before you guys annoy me too much about it. Pretty sure you can. I keep pressing R to drop the bomb. It doesn't work that way. Giant, jeez. Ooh, rupees. Can I actually use the... Oh, that's 40 rupees. That's actually very nice, although I probably didn't need to pick them up. I don't know what I'm going to use them on. Hang on. Ah, interruptions. It is good to be home. It really is. But it's also really nice to get these bugs out of the way. Because I tell you what, if we didn't know where they were, or that we had to look for them, they'd be a real pain in the butt to find later. So right now, we're just riding into unknown territory here. Hoping that we can find Twilight. Well, there it is. Ah, we're finally here. There's only one fused shadow left. So this is the last of the Twilight you'll see, I guess. Whether or not you accomplish your final task and survive is up to you. So what will you do? Yeah, she's not kidding. This is the last veil of Twilight we have to lift. And by far the largest. Because this covers about half the map. Maybe a third. I like to think it's a half, because there's a lot to it, but you'll see once we get in.